Hello students, today we are going to start a play written by Tagore, The Post Office. The Post Office is a short play written by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, who was a Bengali poet, a playwright, a painter, a singer, and a composer also, a great patriotic poet in India. His poem or his song Janaganaman now is the national anthem of India, and Amar Sonar Bangla is the national anthem of Bangladesh. So he has a versatile personality and was a great playwright. Most of his plays are based on the Bengali background, and the post office also has the Bengali background. There is a boy, the name Amal, and his uncle Madhav's story. The situation, the background of this play is only the Madhav's house and especially a room of Amal. Rabindranath Tagore, who was a Bengali poet, was a patriotic poet also, and he is very famous in India because his Gitanjali won Nobel Prize for first Asian personality, for the first personality of Asia. Rabindranath Tagore got Nobel Prize in 1913, and he belonged to Bengali family. This is the short introduction of Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is a Bengali poet and he wrote many plays as Post Office, Gora, Sacrifice, etc. And his collection of poetry is Gitanjali, for which he got Nobel Prize in 1913. In 1911, he composed some songs which are included in Gitanjali in Bengali language, but later in 1912 he translated these songs into English. And in 1913 he got the Nobel Prize for that book. This play, The Post Office, is about a boy who is an innocent boy and he got a dangerous disease and he is going to die. This play shows the inner conflict of a boy who is going to die and want to live. So we can say, and this book is also denied or can be said that rebuked about the bookish knowledge. Rabindranath Tagore, who has also take a part in at home, most of his childhood at home. Amal represents Rabindranath Tagore because Rabindranath Tagore also passed his time at home in his childhood and later he goes to the school or college days. There are some important characters in this play. First of all, Madhav, who was the uncle of Amal, Amal, his adopted child. Sudha, a little flower girl, doctor, dairyman, watchman, village headman, king's herald, royal physician, and boys. These are the characters. It is a short play, and the original language of this play is Bengali. Setting contemporary or rural Bengali. It's rural Bengal on the background of this play. This is a short play written by Tagore and W.B. Yeats also praised this play. This play was staged all around the world and one of the most popular plays, one of the most popular short plays in the world. This play is about, or this play is about the feelings of a boy, the feelings of a character who cannot go out of his house and have to stay at home. So what are the feelings of his heart that is this play. The post office. Amal stand in Madhav's country yard and talk to passers-by and ask in particular about the places they go. He asked to the dairyman, he asked to the headman, he asked to the Sudha, the flower girl Sudha, he asked the many characters, he asked to the post about the postman and about the many other situations. The construction of a new post office nearby prompts an imaginative Amals to fantasize about receiving a letter from the king or being his postman. Amal fascinated that he will be the postman, next postman of the king, or he will get a letter from the king. These are the fantasies which Amal have in his mind. So this make the headman very crazy and make a laugh. The headman said that why the king would write a letter to a illiterate boy who has nothing to do. Amal want to say that he will surely get a letter from the king. This is the determination of Amal. In this story, the village headman mocks Amal and pretend the illiterate child had received a letter from the king promising that his royal physician will come to attend him, and the village headman mocks Amal many times. The physician really does come. This is the dramatic change in this story. The physician really come and with a herald to announce the imminent arrival of the king, and the herald announced that the king will come at the midnight, and Amal, however, falls asleep, or can be said that dies, as Sudha comes to bring him flowers. This is the end of this play, and Amal falls asleep. It is an open ending play that Amal has gone in the long sleep or Amal has gone to die. And Sudha, who was the better part of this play, Sudha brings him flowers and said in the ear of the Amal that Sudha doesn't forget you. That didn't, you are not forgotten by the Sudha. It is the last line of the. Now, W.B. Yeats was the first person to produce an English language version of the play. Produce an English language version of the play. He also wrote a preface to it. It was performed in England, English for the first time in 1930 by the Irish Theatre in London with Tagore himself in the attendance. The Bengali original was staged in Kolkata in 1917. So we can say that W.B. Yeats is very much inspired by the plays and by the singing, by the lyrics of the Tagore, and he himself produced the first staged play in Irish stage on England, on London. And in Bengali version, it was first staged in 1917. It had a successful run in Germany with 105 performance, and the themes of liberation from captivity and just for life resonated its performance in concentration camps where the stage during World War II. This is a very crucial time for the world society. There was the World War II, and Juan Roman Jeminze translated it into Spanish. It was translated into French by André Gide, and the read on the radio and night before Paris fell on the Nazis. A Polish version was performed under the supervision of Janusz Korczak in the Warsaw Ghetto. R. N. Tagore, a unique figure in the history of Indian drama in English, equipped himself with the classics of Indian drama and was at the same time alive to the European dramatic tradition. He evolved a dramatic form which influenced the Bengali theatre at the beginning of this century. In 1901, he was the biggest figure in the literature or in the patriotic form of the Indian stage. A unique figure because he was a playwright, he was a dramatist, he was a lyricist, he was a composer, and he established a university also, Vishwabharati, Kolkata, and he was awarded the Tagore, he was awarded a name which is Gurudev by Mahatma Gandhi. Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore also gave a title to Mahatma Gandhi is Mahatma. So we can say he has a versatile personality and dedicated to the literature, dedicated to the education, and dedicated to the Indian freedom. His career as a dramatist may be divided into three periods, namely pre-Gitanjali periods. Before Gitanjali, he is a struggler artist or a struggler writer. Gitanjali period and the post-Gitanjali period. There are the three periods can be divided into his life. During the pre-Gitanjali period, he wrote Sacrifice, King and Queen, Malini, and Balmiki Pratibha. These are the plays which are written by pre-Gitanjali period. During the Gitanjali period appeared Autumn Festival, The Castle of Convertism, and The King of the Dark Chamber, and The Post Office. These are the plays which are written during the Gitanjali period. And during the post-Gitanjali period, he wrote The Cycle of Spring, The Free Current Tent, and The Red Orlanthus. These are the plays which are written after or can be said post-Gitanjali period. So we can say His career can be divided into three parts: Gitanjali period, and post Gitanjali period. The play, The Post Office, is written during the Gitanjali period, and the next play, which is going to be read by me, which is going to be taught by me to you, is Sacrifice, which is written by pre Gitanjali period. The range and the variety of his drama is astonishing because he is a very versatile personality. He borrowed many of his themes from Indian mythology as well as Chandalika, Buddhist legends, and their classical sources without any artistic inhabitants or compunctions. Chandalika has the background of Indian mythology and the Buddhist legends. Edward Thompson remarks, all these dramas are vehicles of thought rather than expression of action. Tagore achieved a complete dramatic interrogation in the Post Office because it is a complete play about the feelings, about the psychology of a child who are denied to go away from the house. The Post Office, which is the story of a boy, Amal, and his uncle Madhav. This is a very beautiful story but has a tragic end. The Post Office is about a young boy, Amal, who is forbidden by the village doctor to move out of doors. He got a disease, in that disease he cannot go out of his house. He lies confined to his room and collects a host of friends who are ready to minister to his inquisitive, innocent mind in the most delightful way possible. He not only feels happy, but also makes those who came in contact with him very happy. This is a very good idea which is presented by the Tagore, that he meets the strange persons and became happy and make them happy too. As the dairyman said that, oh child, you taught me why I should, why I would sell the curd or why I should enjoy the selling of curd. He is happy in the fertile world of his imagination and is willing when the time comes to journey from the world to the next. He wants to travel all around the world. He wants to travel the river, the mountains, the valleys, the villages, etc. He wants to be the king's postman so he can travel the world. He wants to be the cardman who travel village to village. He wants to be the flower girl. He wants everything which is related to traveling, he wants to be. The opening of the play is very revealing. Madhav is very much concerned with Amal, a sick child who is so quiet with all his pain and sickness. His anxiety for the child, his love for it, and his interest is earning money are just contrasted with the learned unconcern and impotence of the doctor who say, in medicine as in good advice, the least patable is the truest. The doctor want to say that the bitterest medicine is the goodest, best. The bitterest, the most bitter medicine is the best. These are the words of the doctor. Doctor want to say that if a medicine cannot be bitter, it cannot be good because the bitter thing is always good for the human. Madhav tells Gafar how earning has become very significant for him after the arrival of boy. Madhav tells Gafar that he earns too much money, but when this boy came in his life, all the money was spent in the cure or in the medicines or in the reformation of the boy. He says, formerly earning was a sort of passion with me. I simply could not help working for money. I always working for money. Now I make money and I know it is, now I know that it is for all this dear boy. And earning become a joy for me, but now it is spent on this boy. The ephemeral concern of the materialistic world and the keen longing to the child eager to be lost in the world of sensation are juxtaposed most vividly. These lines shows Maghav's interconnected personality. He want to say that he earned money and he is very crazy to earn money. But now he realized that why did he earn the money? Because there is no use of it. But now he know that this money should be used for the boy, for the cure of his disease, and he know that the boy is the person for whom he had earned the money. The boy tells his uncle about his meeting with a crazy man who has a bamboo stuff on his shoulder with a small bundle and a top and a brass put in this left hand and the old pair of shoes on. This is the description which the boy gave his uncle Madhav. Madhav don't want that Amal meet anyone. But Amal is very crazy about the meet to the different persons or the unknown persons because he is forbidden. He is forbidden to go out of his house. So what could he done? So he sit around his window and just call to the strange persons and meet them and tell them their story and listen to the story of the strange person. He want to go out of sick work because the doctor denied her to go out or forbidden her to go out, forbidden him to go out. Realization slowly comes to him. Now slowly he realized that he cannot go out. He is rather queer in his behavior because he intend to walk on so many streams. He want to travel so many villages, so many streams, so many valleys and so many mountains. He want to travel all around the world, but the doctor forbidden her. When people are asleep with their doors shut in the heat of the day, he will tramp on and on far, very far, seeking work. He also loved to talk to strangers. When the people are sleeping in the summertime, on the noon time, he want to go on the search of a work and he loves to travel all around the world and he loves to talk to the strangers. This shows the curiosity of a boy. Tagore, who always condemned to the bookish knowledge, he always disliked to the bookish knowledge, want to say that there should be practical knowledge in our life. This boy shows us how could we can reach the aim. Because the boy gained the knowledge from man to man, gain the knowledge from the dairyman, gain knowledge from the headman, gain knowledge from the post office talking, etc. The arrival of the dairyman of the place shift to the different level because dairyman stopped there and talked with the Amal and then gave all the information the boy wanted. The boy is thrilled with delight to see the Panchpura hub and the Shamili river near the dairyman's village. He is very surprised that there are the Panchpura hub and the Shamili river is moving near the dairyman's village. He then goes on giving all the details about the village. The dairyman gives him the details about his village, the woman who has the picture on their head, and etc. There is a moment of realization and another moment of ignoration. There are the two different aspects of this story. He expressed his awe at the tune of Dairyman. I can't tell you how queer I feel when I hear your cry out from the end of this road. You cry, card, oh sweet card, take a sweet card. These are the cry of the dairyman and the child, the Amal, loves these words too much. Through the line of those trees you call, oh sweet card. The boy definitely teaches the dairyman how to be happy selling cards. The dairyman is very much inspired by the boy because he is now know that the card selling is also a good job. Before it, he thought that he was in a bad or a wrong job, but now, after meeting of this boy, he thinks that the dairyman's job is a good job because the boy said that be happy when you sell the card. That is more remarkable about the post office's use of symbols in the play. There are too much symbols used in the play. Universe, the post office become a symbol of universe. The post office is the use for the universe. The king stands for God, and the postmen are the six seasons represent the visible nature. The letter is in the message of eternity, the message calling us to the reach God, and the blank slip of paper symbolizes the message of God, which one is free to interpret according to one's own lights. The post office is the place where messages are received and delivered and where there is ample scope for communication. So this is a symbolic play which have all the symbols. Universe is the symbol of, post office is the symbol of universe, postman is the symbol of seasons, letter is the symbol of message of eternity, and we can say the blank slip of paper symbolize the message of God, etc., etc. So we can say this is the full of symbols, all the play. Rabindranath Tagore uses too much symbols in this poem. And the present, the man whose soul has received the call of the open road, he seeks freedom from the comfortable enclosure of habits sanctioned by prudent and from the walls of rigid opinion built for him by the respectable. Tagore used symbols that have been part either the life of common people or the ancient Indian traditions. Only by using them unconsciously could we transform them into the living symbols, not of any particular time, but of the past. The present and the future is one. Both, all three ages, all three times are used in this play. In this sense, his work may be said to be the archetypal, the Times Territory Supplements 14/1/1926 says that this play has the rare gift which has poets and the writers of fairy story have. Rabindranath Tagore has the rare gift because Rabindranath Tagore has the versatile personality and he wrote about the common man, he wrote about the background of the Bengal and he wrote about the patriotic scene in India. And he is a great visionary. He has a great visionary power to tell fairy stories have. To unconscious using symbols while consciously writing an interesting story. But he appears to be aware of his gift. And for this season, he is not like the writers of fairy stories and is indeed half away between Coleridge and T.S. Eliot. The play embodies the myth of child as conceived by the Indian poets and sages. Amal is his keen longing for escape. He wants to escape from the present situation because there is nothing good in his present situation. From the empirical and the mystical world into the world of sensation, and his wish to seek identity with God somewhat resembles Dhruva and Prahlad. He wants to search his identity in these two characters. He wants to search himself, and so he talked to man, and at last he realized that the knowledge which is gained through the person is the best knowledge. He don't want to read the book because he don't want to get bored by reading the books. He wants the practical knowledge, and we see that the dairyman gave him the description of the village, description of his selling, and then the headman gave him the description of king and the court, and etc. etc. The Amal, the little boy, gained the knowledge by talking and by communication. He don't really rely upon the books. Aman in the post office is an innocent, pure, and simple character. It is innocent because it does not know what are the tricks in this world. He is pure because he does not know anything good or bad in this world because he is an illiterate person. And he is very simple. There is nothing very much sparkling in this character. He is a very nice little boy, imaginative, overwhelmed, full of curiosity and wonder. The full of curiosity and the wonder, these are the words which shows us the curiosity of a child. A child always full of curiosity and with the wonder. He would like to be squirrel. He want to jump one tree to another tree, and a workman going about finding things to do. He want to go around and curd seller, then the king's postman, a bird, and so on. His wishes are continuously changes during this play. He would love to fly away with the time and that land where no one knows anything, he tells Madhav. The day I am well off, I go with the fakir, and nothing in sea or mountain or torrent shall stand in my way. He wants to say that one day he will be free and nobody can stop him. These lines shows that one day he will be die and nobody can stop him. So these are the symbols in this play. Fakir is an interesting character which is presented by a fellow of Madhav or a neighbor of Madhav, and he always entertained to the boys and to the persons of his town. Now, the poet expresses a sense of mystery. The Tagore expresses a sense of mystery to us when he says, I have been feeling a sort of darkness coming over my eyes. Since the morning, everything seems like a dream. I long to be quiet. These lines shows the tragedy because the boy is going to die. Even the physician knows that the deliverance sought by the boy has come definitely. he says to Madhav, sleep is coming over him. It means death is coming over him. I will sit by his pillow. He is dropping. He is going to die. Blow out the oil lamp. Only let the straight light stream in. The most remarkable thing about Amal is that he redeems whoever come in contact with him. Only talk to him. Madhav says, now I make money, and as I know it is all for this dear boy, earning becomes a joy to me. I want to earn money for this boy because the money has some use for this boy. Then, at last, you have taught me, the milkman, the dairyman said, that you have taught me how to be happy selling cards. Amal tells the watchman, oh yes, your work is too great. Watchman says that the beginning, are you not afraid of me? Says in the end, I will drop in again tomorrow morning. And the headman, who is annoyed at Amal and who calls him a wretched monkey, says toward the end, though a little silly, he was a great heart. He has a great heart. Gaffer, who is pretend like Fakir. Ghaffar, who generally scares children, remains with folded palms by the deathbed of Amal. He is very sad. He was very happy person, but now when he thinking of the death of the child, he became very sad and folded palms by the deathbed of Amal. Sudha is in hurry to go, but return with flowers. Sudha has no time to stay there, but she also come to meet the Amal with some flowers and to be placed as funeral wreath on Amal's body. He put the flowers on Amal's body. This is a pathetic story. The use of the metaphor in Tagore's play are the lossy and the injuries. These sounds, which do not always depend upon words, actually enhance or change the meaning of the play. The post office is more effective when heard over radio. Many sounds used in the play, ding dong dong, the cry of cards, 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 and cards could be turned in the rag of Bhatyali by a flute. Bhatyali by a flute. Ding dong. There is another thing in this play is dong. Gong, which sound dong dong, ding dong, ding dong. The cascade of musical emotions is the main channel along which flows Tagore's dramatic energy and the resourcefulness. Like music, the play has rhythmic ebb and flow of many tunes, all apparently hinged on the major key of an idea, the joy of attending the infinite with the finite. So we can say this is a play written by Tagore, and this play condemned to the bookish knowledge, it always emphasizes on the practical knowledge. This play is about a character who is denied by the doctor, who is forbidden by the doctor to go out of his house. And now the child is very eager to go out of the house because he want to play with the boys, he want to go towards the river, towards the mountains, and many other are his wishes. But the doctor said him, you cannot go from this bed. If you go anywhere, you will die. These are the words of doctor. At last we see that the king, means the god, came and take the soul of this boy, and the boy goes on a deep sleep, and the Sudha, the girl, came and put some flowers for his contribution and said that Sudha didn't forgotten him because he is a very good person. So this is the story about the post office. In next class, we will read about the sacrifice, which is also one of the greatest play of Rabindranath Tagore. Till then, thanks.